Hello there everybody and welcome back to the YouTube channel of JJ Prime Reviews. And in today's review, I will be taking a look at the Transformers The Last Night Leader Class Megatron. It's a big gigantic figure. So let's get down to the review table and see what the big deal is for this figure. So let's get it on, man. Let's go. And here is Megatron himself, fully transformed into his big, huge Cybertronian jet mode. Oh my goodness, this is a large figure. Look at this figure. Oh my goodness. I actually love this jet mode way better than the Voyager one. I mean, I still like the Voyager class version, but this one definitely wins as far as the jet mode goes. But yeah, let's get close here so we can take a look at some details right here. Got some scuffing on the nose cone itself. Got some nice shiny yellowish goldish paint. I'm not sure what color that is, but it's yellowish and goldish. And I got a nice translucent plastic for the cockpit, and it can actually open to reveal nothing. So can close it back down, and there we go. We got the Cybertronian writing, and you know, the Cybertronian writing, it's not just painted it or tempographed on. It's actually molded into the plastic, and I do quite like that. It's painted in silver, even on the wings as well. Got the Cybertronian writing, the molded in Cybertronian writing, and I think that is pretty cool. Got this teal color right here for these intakes, which is really nice. But yeah, it's a look at that wingspan too. It's very wide. It's taking like the whole screen. Wow, that's pretty cool. And yeah, it's a nicely done jet mode. I do quite like it, and it doesn't have a lot of robot mode parts, like just this arm section right here, and the leg section, the chest section, and that's pretty much it. You don't see the head. I mean, you do see the feet sticking out, but hey, you can just pretend that's part of the jet. So I did have a breakage on mine, so if I just open this up, let me show you. So this is supposed to be a tab. There's supposed to be a tab that actually tabs in to a slot right here, and it totally broke. It broke on me because it was just too tight, so I tried to untab it and it just literally snapped off. So I had to take a couple of pliers just to pry that tab stuck in that slot and just pry that open and just throw it away. It just So if you plan to get this figure, peoples, be careful about this tab. Don't break it like me. So be careful. I mean, it does still transform nice and solidly like, but it still stays, but it's just unfortunate that mine broke. Now, he does have a gimmick of his own, so if you push this button and if you untap this will just slide back, and you can extend the cannon, and there we go. We got a little battle mode right there, which is pretty cool, and this is actually compatible with the effects parts that Megatron comes with. And speaking of effects parts, here they are. So Megatron does include two translucent orange plastic effects parts, so you can actually plug one of them into the barrel of the cannon. Now, I wish this was locked into place, so it's kind of easy to just slide this back in. But anyway, so that is pretty cool. That's a nice effect there. I do quite like that very much. And another thing you can do with the effects parts here is that you can actually, and hey, see, I told you, it's sometimes doesn't want to stay anyway. So you can actually plug in the effects parts to the thrusters at the back and have him just whooshing off, blasting off into space, and that is pretty cool in my opinion. I do quite like that very much. Very nice. So, and another accessory that he does include is his sword, and it's quite large compared to the Voyager class version. So here's the Voyager class one. So yeah, it's quite large and has a lot of some dark grayish bluish color right there. I'm not sure what color that is, but hey, it is much bigger than the Voyager class one. So for storage is that you can actually see a port right there, so this will just plug in the center right there, and there you go. So there you have the storage for the weapon. So yeah, so now let's bring in some comparisons. And here is Megatron compared with the other leader class figure from the last night, Dragonstorm. You can see how they scale with one another. And here is leader class Megatron compared with the Voyager class Megatron and the baby Legion class Megatron from the last night. So you can see how they scale with one another. And just because here is the leader class Megatron compared with Voyager Galvatron, Studio Series Revenge of the Fallen Megs, and Studio Series 2007 Megatron. You can see how they look together. And they obviously look quite good together because, you know, I really love all the designs of movie Megatron, especially the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, and of course the fifth one. The fifth one is definitely my favorite design for movie Megatron. So let's get on to the last set of comparisons. And finally, here is Megatron compared with his Decepticon compatriots, Nitro Zeus and Barricade. You can see how they scale with one another, and yeah, I don't think the scale works. Megatron is a little bit too big right here, but hey, they still look good together. So that's pretty much it for the alt mode comparisons. Okay, so I think that is pretty much it for the jet mode. It is big and I really love it. So let's transform Megatron into his awesome looking robot mode. The transformation is pretty. It's in the mid-level between easy and difficult, so okay, let's get down to it. So the first thing I would like to do is to flip up the landing skid. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that he does have a flip down landing skid. Forgot about that. I'm sorry. But anyway, so now you want to put your finger against this piece and just push this up, and there we go. And you can just swing all this out and just untap all this. It tabs in very securely. There we go. Just untap all that and just swing everything out. And and then, actually, I'm supposed to take out the wings and just untap them. Just untap the wings. Untap the wings. You tab in very securely. Untap the wings, there we go. They tab in 3 places. So you tab in right here, and it tabs in right there, and this section right here, it just hooks underneath right there. Not actually, the wings tab in 2 places, I'm sorry, not 3. Anyway, so you want to untab this wing right here, and swing this wing down, just like so. And you want to swing this forward, just like so. Actually, first you want to bring this forward, and this will just fit into that notch right there. Just swing this until it fits in there. There we go. And just fold this into place, and whoops. Don't be careful unless you have to pop out the wing. There we go. Just swing this wing around and just bring this down like so, and it is it's compacted into a nice neat little package. I do quite like that. And the same thing on the other side. Just untap all this and just bring this forward and just bring this down into that, fits into that notch until it goes in there. There we go. And just put this in, rotate this around, and just compact it together, and there we go. So there you have his backpack all done. So this is on a double hinge. Just raise this up, and there you go. So now we got his backpack all done. His legs, pretty easy. Just bring this down, and that will click into place. There we go. And then you want to flip this around, and there you have that, and just close up the panel, and there you have a leg all done. The same thing on the other side. Just bring this down, rotate it to forefront, click it into place, bring it down some more, flip this around, close up the panel, and there you have his legs all done. So now untap this chest panel, flip out his head right now. Whoops, you don't want to do that just yet. So now just swing his arms out. So now I have to raise up the camera a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. So now you want to rotate his arms around just like so. And you want to put this back until it clicks into place, and there we go. Now flip out his hand. There we go. Flip in this panel, and there you have one arm all done. The other arm is very, very different in terms of the transformation. Just bring this back till it clicks into place. Swing this around, and flip out his hand if you can. There we go. And now, whoops. Actually, you want to do that now if you want to. So untap all this and just swing this around, and just swing this around like so, and extend the cannon, and that makes his big fusion cannon on the side of his arm. And there you go. So now just bring this all the way up. That will tap it into place, and just bring down the skirt pieces, straighten them all out, and I think we are pretty much done with the transformation for leader class Megatron from the last night, and he looks amazing. Oh my goodness. He looks so big. He's really big, he's huge, and wow, this robot mode is amazing. It's one of my favorite leader class Megatron figures, if not the best leader class of all time. And yeah, so that's getting close here, so we can take a look at that evil head sculpt. I love that head sculpt. Very, very Megatron-y. Got some nice paint on the teeth, got some nice shiny paint on the top of the head, got some nice gunmetal gray all around, got red for the eyes. I do quite like that. And we can talk about this right now. He does have the face mask gimmick. So there is a lever right there on the back of his head. So if you flip this up, and that gives him his battle mask. And I love that so much. Again, I just wish that the Voyager class version had it as well. But at least the leader class one does it, and it looks amazing. I might have to keep this like this. So yeah. That looks amazing. There is a Decepticon symbol on his chest. Got some nice paint work on the chest itself, and got some nice highlightings right here for the silver paint on the shoulders, like scuffings, battle damage, and that's pretty cool. And yeah, and also the scuffings on the skirt pieces, and the feet are nicely molded. They're nicely detailed, nicely painted, and I love it. I love it. Very, very cool. Yes, I know he has a big backpack, but his backpack is actually really nice and compact. Really nicely done. I do quite like how the backpack transforms. Really, really cool. So, his articulation, really, really simple. The head is on a swivel. It can't rotate a full 360 due to the way this is getting in the way, so it can only look left and look right. You can't really look up and down. The shoulders can rotate a full 360, can move in and out. He does have a bicep swivel. He does have an elbow joint, slightly under 90 degrees off band, and you can actually move the hands inward or upward if you want to call them. He does have a wrist swivel, and yeah, you can actually make his arm look like that. You know, have the more, you know, orange. I can't really talk right now. So you can actually do this, you know, have the elbow joint fully oriented properly, but it kind of shows this gap, and it doesn't show this nicely detailed. So I rather do this. So yes, I know he does have the cursed gorilla arms, but I don't really care about gorilla arms. I'm fine with it. So, and now everything is gonna be very tight. There we go. There we go. So. And this other arm is pretty much the same articulation, so I don't have to talk about it anymore. So he doesn't have a waist swivel, unfortunately. These skirt pieces can actually move up and move out to accommodate the leg movement. The legs can move up that far on a ratchet, can move back that far, and he can't really do full splits. He does have a thigh swivel. He does have a knee joint about 90 degrees of bend, and he does have some nice ankle tiltage with a little bit of ankle tilt, and he does have foot articulation. You know, the foot can actually move down a little bit. So, well, not super posable, but hold on. Now, of course, he can definitely hold his sword, so you can actually give him his sword right there, and that is pretty cool. If you want to use the elbow joint to have him hold the sword up, you can if you want to, but for me, I'd rather just store it on his back because there are 2 ports right here, so you can either use one of these, so you can actually plug this onto his back, and there you go. I just have him have the sword stored on his back. So that's me personally. And again, you know, display your figure however you wish. So, and of course, you can actually use one of the effects parts for the cannon and plug it right there, and there you go. I love this. I love this so much. But I'm not gonna display Megatron with these effects parts. No, 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 no. I have a treasure chest full of useless accessories, so I'll just store these in my treasure chest of useless accessories. So, so now we can move on to some comparisons. And here is Megatron compared with Barricade and Nitro Zeus, and I mean, if I remember correctly, Megatron was really tall compared to the other Decepticons, so I guess that is scale accurate. I'm not sure. But anyway, so let's move on to the next set of comparisons. And here is Megatron compared with the Voyager class Megatron from the last night and the baby little the little Legion class Megatron from the last night as well. And I'm kind of torn between the Voyager class and the Leader class version, because the Voyager class has the more screen accurate cannon, but this one, the Leader class, has the face mask gimmick and the big huge cannon, which I dig very much. The jet mode definitely goes to this guy, but robot mode, I love these 2 guys. I can't really pick a winner. These 2 are great figures, you know. These 2 are worth having in your collection. They're really great figures, really fun to mess with. So yeah, if you want to get a baby Megatron, sure, you can get this if you want to. But anyway, so let's move on to the next set of comparisons. And here are Dragonicus and Storm Rain with the Last Night Leader class Megatron. You can see how they scale with one another. Yeah, I mean, they're all knight-ish designs, so yeah. That's pretty cool. So now let's move on to the last set of robot mode comparisons. And here is the Last Night Leader class Megatron with the other Megatron figures from the other toy lines. From Studio Series, we got the 2007 Megatron and the Revenge of the Fallen Megatron. And from Age of Extinction, we only got Voyager class Galvatron, who is indeed Megatron himself. So yeah, definitely we need a new Studio Series Galvatron that has a more a more complex transformation than this. But, I mean, don't get me wrong, I still love this figure to death. I still love this figure. It's definitely a fun figure to mess with, but we definitely need a new Studio Series Galvatron, have more screen accurate paintwork, and a more complex transformation. So I hope we get that soon. And yeah, I mean, they look quite good together. And my dog just wants to bark in the background. So I'm sorry about that. But anyway, so yeah, so that is pretty much it for the robot mode comparisons. Okay, so here are my final thoughts on the Transformers The Last Night Leader class Megatron. And yeah, I really dig this figure, even though mine broke on me. I mean, it's just one little tab. Other than that, it's a really nicely done figure. It's everything else is painted on this figure. There's a lot of paint on this figure, and the big fusion cannon, I love that very much. The face mask gimmick is so well done. I definitely love that. I really dig that. And the sword is a nice touch. I mean, he had the sword in the movie, so yeah. I mean, the articulation is nice. It's you know, he's fully articulated, but you know, I wish the elbow joint is right here so he can bend the elbows properly, not having the gorilla arms, unfortunately. But at least he does have a wrist swivel, so you can actually rotate the wrist and rotate the elbow if you want to, and rotate the bicep if you want to. So yeah, the transformation is definitely a very it's complex but simple as well. So it's in that mid-level between simple and complex. So it's not too simple, it's not too difficult. So yeah, it's a nice, you know, level of transformation right there. So I definitely like the transformation. It's definitely smooth and enjoyable. So yeah, I really dig this figure a lot. The jet mode works so good. It looks so wonderful. It has a huge wingspan, wide one too, and a really nicely done jet mode. The robot mode is just gorgeous overall. I just love this. So from a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna have to give Megatron perfect score. A 10 out of 10, because you know I don't really care for the gorilla arms. I don't mind the gorilla arms. He can have gorilla arms if he wants to. So 10 out of 10. Well done, Hasbro. You did a great job with this figure. 2 thumbs up for me just for that. So, and I think that's pretty much it for today's video review. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're completely new to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. It definitely helps me and the channel very much. And of course, while you're at it, turn on your notifications right now. I mean, not right now. After you subscribe to the channel, there is a bell icon down below, so you can press that right now and just, you know, so you know when my new videos are up and ready. And if you want to get this figure, you can always check out bigbadtoystore.com for any availability. So I'll post the link to our website in the description down below as well. So and I think that's pretty much it for me to say. So there you have the Transformers The Last Knight Leader Class Megatron. And this is JJ Prime signing off. Peace out.